Hey YouTube, this is Stanford Bear. It's been a while since I did a shoe review. I know some of you have been messaging me to see if I have certain shoes. Anyways, here's the latest two that I picked up. On the right here, you'll see the new men's Nike ZOOM Hypercross trainers. On the left, you've got the new women's Nike ZOOM Fit Agility trainers. I got these for myself and my wife, and here's a quick overview on initial impressions. I haven't, trained or run a whole lot in these, so it's just an overview. Anyways, key differences, as you can see, Nike's new Hexagonal ZOOM Units are being rolled out on these shoes, similar to the LeBron 12s, and I think Nike tries to color the ZOOM Units. So you'll see on the women's version on the left you've got the 5 units or pods, and then on the men's, interestingly, you only have the 4 units on the front half of the shoe. I don't know why they did that, because I think it's created an interesting feel, at least for me, in a negative way. Honestly, I'll get to that later, but I don't really like the way these shoes feel. But just, to talk about some features, on the men's shoe, you've got, a textured kind of pattern on the actual sole. They kind of feel raised. I'm not talking about the actual ZOOM Units, but the actual texture of the shoe. I think they try to design this texture for running on turf and dirt or whatever multi-surface you're on. And the sole really protrudes outward. I don't know if you can tell here, but it's kind of like a, I don't know, alligator sawtooth pattern on the side. Now the women's shoe, very different type of setup. Their sole is very smooth, and I mean there's got a little bit of a texture to it for grip, but it doesn't have that raised, jagged pattern. And even the design itself, there's no like a sawtooth pattern where the hexagonal units protrude outward. Design-wise, I think the women's looks better, to be honest. I don't really like the way the men's shoe looks overall. I know that it looks great probably on this video and in pictures, but on foot, they look weird. I've tried them with shorts and joggers, different types of setups, but they just don't look right to me. Maybe it's the two-tone pattern, I don't know. Anyways, back to the differences. The lacing system on the men's, it uses the Flyknit wiring system, but only on 3 eyelets, and the women's actually uses the same Flyknit lacing system, but on 5 eyelets. So I think it has a better lockdown than the men's version. Obviously I can't put these on, but my wife says they feel really secure and good. I don't know if the men's does it as well. The design of the women's shoe also has this kind of like breathable mesh pattern throughout. I think it's very breathable. The men's tries to do a similar type upper, but then it has this like I don't know, non-breathable section, which I'm not sure if they designed it to try to make it more water resistant in different weather, but again, I don't really like it as much, compared to the women's design. And then getting to the actual fit of the shoe. Now if you're going to buy these are true to size for Nike running. So if you wear a 10.5 in like the Lunar Glides or Flyknit Lunars, you're going to want to get a 10.5 in the men's. Same with the women. My wife wears a 9 in the Lunar Glides and other shoes, and she ended up getting a 9 in these, and they fit great according to her. Now, actual feel of the shoes, my wife got hers first, and she actually said she loved it. She felt the Zoom was responsive and cushy. I was eager to get mine, and when I put them on, I wanted to love them, but they feel strange. Like, first off, like I mentioned before, the sole, you can feel like all the ridges like on the bottom, like that. It makes it feel really bumpy. That I suspect will get better over time as it wears down. But the other big problem is the hexagonal Zoom units themselves. It really makes the shoe feel strange. Like if you're used to the Lunar Glides or other Nike shoes in general, you get that kind of like level feeling when you're walking or running. These create kind of a strange feeling, at least on, you know, concrete or flat surfaces. I used to play soccer, and, you know, honestly, it feels like you're walking with cleats on level surfaces. You know, maybe this is going to be great for turf or grass or dirt or whatever, but if you're planning to use these for running on level surfaces or just, you know, walking around town, prepare yourself for a different kind of strange feeling, at least in my opinion. And I don't know why it feels this way, to be honest, because like Nike's used the pod system before in shoes like the Jordan 20s. You know, like this looks pressure mapped, in my opinion, to your foot, but these pods in the Jordan 20s, they feel great compared to these new Zoom Hypercrosses. And I don't know, maybe the LeBron 12s are going to do a better job, to be honest, because I'm a big fan of Zoom. You know, like you know, I also picked up these Kobe 9 lows, and you know, the way they use Zoom in those, it feels great. I don't know why, at least in these men's version of the Hypercross trainers, they just don't feel very responsive on foot, and like I said, it just feels bumpy and weird in my opinion. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my shoes. My wife loves hers, so she's going to keep those, but mine, I don't know if these are going to end up in the closet or somewhere else. Anyways, you may feel differently, so definitely I would recommend trying them on in store if possible before picking them up and using them as your go-to shoe. So anyways, I hope this review is helpful, and take care.